You're listening to the Valley Labor Report with David Story and Jacob Morrison.
Another story that I wanted to talk about is, I saw this in the Alabama Political Reporter, which is really quite stunning, and it kind of ties into a story that we talked about a couple weeks back about nursing homes and deaths and let's see, and having unions in the nursing home, and and if you'll remember a few weeks back we talked about the fact that union nursing homes had a 30% lower death rate than nursing homes without unions. And, of course, the reason for that is because, again, when workers come together, they have more power. And especially when these service employees, these people who are dedicated to, to serving and caring and things like that, when they're able to come together, they're able to do their job better. And so that is that was a really big story that we talked about. It was in the study came out in American Health Affairs, I believe it was. And the story from the Alabama Political Reporter, the AARP did a study on nursing homes and their death rates and their COVID-19 case rates. And what stunned me is that Alabama had the second highest nursing home death rate in the country, right behind Mississippi, I believe it was. The second highest death rate, it was 1.03 out of every 100 nursing home residents in Alabama has died because of the coronavirus. 1 out of every 100. That is the second highest in the country. The second highest in the country. We always hear about New York and how Andrew Cuomo did horrible things with the nursing homes in New York. And no doubt he did. Andrew Cuomo is a corporate shill, right? You're not going to find a defender of Andrew Cuomo here. But Alabama's nursing home death rate is still higher. And nobody ever talks about Kay Ivey's job with the nursing homes. Nobody ever talks about that. And so that's something, and why is that our death rate is so much higher than the rest of the country? Well, our union density is lower. That's one reason, of course. Of course, there are lots of others. There are just a myriad of factors that go into death rates in nursing homes and things like that. But, of course, with the knowledge that union nursing homes have 30% lower death rates, 30% lower, with that knowledge, you can confidently assume that if nursing homes in Alabama were more organized, we would have been able to better take care of our seniors. We would have been able to better take care of these nursing home residents, because when workers have power in their workplace, they're able to do a better job. They're able, and they're able to better take care of their patients and things like that. And so it's really unfortunate that in this state we've got, greedy bosses, greedy corporations running our healthcare system. And it's not workers running our healthcare system, it's really, really unfortunate. Because, so, everybody listening, I genuinely encourage you to look into forming a union at your workplace, because you're going to have more freedom on your job. You're going to be able to do your job better. Yes, you're going to be able to have higher wages, better benefits, better working conditions, all of those things. And you don't have to rely on your boss or a politician to do these things for you. You can do it yourself. And that's like the beauty of organizing. The reason that union nursing homes had such a lower death rate is not because their bosses were better. It's not because the politicians in those states were better. It's because workers had a democratic voice in their workplace. It's because workers had more of a say in what happens. In nursing homes without unions, they don't have that. They don't have that. They're at the whim of their boss. When you don't have a union, a workplace is just a dictatorship, and we don't accept that for our political system. Why should we accept that for our employment system? We've got one more segment. Stay tuned, folks. If you want to give me a call, 1-866-494-9866, 1-866-494-WVNN. We had a caller earlier, but since I'm alone in the studio, I can't answer the call and talk. So if you want to call during the break, now's the time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Valley Labor Report with David Story and Jacob Morrison.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your time. If you want to see what we're up to throughout the week and get our snide quips about the news of the day, then you should follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/Valley Labor Report. We're on Twitter at Labor Reporters. I'm on Twitter at JacobM_AL. David is on Twitter at Radical Unionist. That's spelled RADICL Unionist. If you missed part of the show and want to go back and watch it later, search YouTube for The Valley Labor Report and subscribe to our channel. You can go back and watch the full show there, and we also clip segments throughout the week. And we also upload the program on more than 11 different podcasting apps. So you can see if we're on your listening platform of choice. You can go to thevalleylaborreport.transistor.fm/subscribe. And if you appreciate our work and want to help us stay on the air, then consider throwing us a couple dollars a month on patreon.com/The Valley Labor Report.